everyone, it's Gina from Orchid and Opal.com, and I'm back today with the bead crate, and this box is typically full of lots of check glass goodies. Great for you who love check glass, especially unique shapes. And this is the larger version of the box. This is the collector's edition. They also have a smaller box called the Enthusiast, and I will leave the link to their website right down below the video so you can find out all about the subscription and the different options that you have. You're also welcome to sign up for just 1 month if you want to try them out one time instead of on a longer term basis. But let's go ahead and open up this box, see what our theme is, and see what's inside. All right, we have a little smiley face stamp, and we have our founder's note on the top. On the back of this sheet, we have the list of contents, and our theme is called Anything Goes. So let's go back to our founder's note. It says, sometimes we want to just do something just because. This month's box doesn't have a theme per se, but it is filled with things that just tickled our fancy, so anything goes. All right, so this is going to be a mystery box this month. Here is the list of contents in case you want to refer back to that for any reason. You can see that some of the items are starred, some with 1 and some with 2 stars, and that is explained here. Some are collector exclusive amounts and some are collector exclusive items altogether. So items N through R are just going to show up in the larger collector's version of the box. You will see selections A through M in the smaller enthusiast box. It just may be smaller quantities. So let's bring in our bundle of beads, and everything is located inside this satin reusable bag. And here is a little peek at the bags inside that we're going to take a look at. So I'm going to get organized, then we'll look at everything one at a time up close. And we begin by looking at selection A, which is a bag containing some 12 by 8 millimeter Tanzanite AB tulips. There's 12 located inside. Gorgeous deep plum purple with that metallic rainbow-like AB coating on one side, the other side not having that coating, and you can see that tulip-like shape. In selection B, we have 12 by 9 millimeter milky white twisted ovals, and there's 10 beads inside. So here you can see that mix of that milky white inside of the clear glass, and it settles in there just a little bit differently for each of those beads. The hole runs through the length, and they're not just a flat oval, they have a slight twist to them. In selection C, we have our Toho seed beads. These are 11 O's in opaque turquoise, and of course these are great quality. You can see how uniform they are right through the bag, and a gorgeous, gorgeous color that I am happy to have more of for my stash. In selection D, we have 18 by 9 millimeter blueberry green tea duck bills. Okay, these are interesting. All right, so I think these are a new one to me, but you can see why they got their name for sure. There's the hole that runs through the top, and it's kind of like they're pinched there at the top. Then they get flatter down at the bottom, and you can see they've got that paddle-like shape like that, and they kind of go from a green to a blue. Very interesting. Then in selection E, we have the 3 millimeter black diamond rounds. These are the check druck beads. There are 100 pieces on the strand. So classic round glass with a very neutral taupe-like color. That light grayish beige will definitely go with a lot of different things. Selection F contains some 10 by 3 millimeter Tierra cast antique copper 3-hole bars. There's 3 pieces inside. So here's a look at these Tierra cast being a great brand as well. These would be good for separating out strands in your jewelry, doing a 3-strand necklace or bracelet, for example, and using these bars to space those out. And from time to time, in addition to the beads, we'll get some findings or focals, sometimes stringing materials, sometimes even beading accessories. Next up is selection G, which contains a strand of 3mm fire polish opaque luster mix, 50 pieces inside. And there's a closer look. It is a kind of dusty and pastel, slightly metallic mix with some of that sage green, light blue. We have some purple, some light yellow, some peachy and pink tones. So definitely a mix. You can use these together or separate them out and use them in other little projects. But they are a very pleasing mix of colors that have been put together on that strand. Then we have selection H. This is a bag containing some 4mm fire polish crystal AB beads. So another size of our fire polish. A classic combination of that crystal clear glass and that reflective AB coating, which gives us those hints of gold, pink, blue, green, lots of different colors of the rainbow showing up depending on how the light is hitting these. We also have selection I. This one's containing a strand of 2mm check glass fire polish, this time in suede gold Provence. There's 50 beads on the strand. Yet another size of our fire polish, this one being the smallest size in a very lovely shade of medium blue that has that satiny metallic finish. Next up, our selection J contains a bag of Siam Ruby AB flowers. These are 8x4mm, and you can see that AB coating just popping off of that bright red already as you look at them in the bag. We have a lot of flowers here on the strand to work with, and you can see kind of like those first tulips that we took a look at. The AB coating is on one side, and then the other side doesn't have the coating, and they are in a juicy, bright red color that lets some of that light through, and the hole runs directly through the center of the side of the bead. Next up in selection K, we have some topaz leaves. These are 10x8mm and 25 pieces inside of the bag. So we have here quite a good handful of these topaz leaves, all those details you can see in how that shape is formed with the veins that show up on either side, making these leaf-like. And when I see the topaz leaves, they always make me think of fall. Something about that rich golden color, especially if combined with some deep reds and rich greens. That's just a great combination, I think. Our next bag contains some pearls. These are 7x6mm. They're called aqua snails. There's 25 pieces inside. These are gorgeous. They have a beautiful satiny finish, a pleasing minty green, kind of turquoise color. You can see the hole runs through the center. They're all just slightly different. And these are glass, by the way. They're not actual freshwater pearls, but the way they are shaped, being slightly irregular and having that kind of swirly shape like a shell, makes these definitely look more organic instead of a simple round glass pearl. Then next in selection M, we have some 6mm fire polish in light ocean green, and there's 25 pieces inside. And here's a closer look at these. They are definitely very much on the silvery side. They have a partial metallic coating, and then the other side is left transparent glass and just the slightest hint of green to these very silvery looking fire polish beads. Again, another size of fire polish. That's something we can expect in BeadCrate. They're great about sending a selection of various sizes of fire polish beads, typically in their subscriptions in a wide range of colors, so it's a great way to build up your stash of those over time. And beginning with this selection, these are the items that only appear in the larger collector's crate. So this bag contains some 20x7mm tiara cast black plated dragonfly wings, and of course these are made in the US, made of pewter, and there's 2 pieces inside. And here are these dragonflies up close. You can see the wing details that they have. You could add beads on either side, of course. As you string them on, there is the hole there that runs through the center of those dragonfly wings. And I like seeing the black plated finish from Tiara Cast. I was checking out their site recently, and they have a great line of black finish metal components, which is sometimes fun to work with, something different other than a silver or gold or even a copper or a brass. And you can tell that they are very good quality. And then next in selection O, we have some Beadalon silver plate lever back ear wires, 6 pieces inside. A very handy item to have. You can see that they have a loop there at the bottom, which is where you would add your beadwork. And you have enough to make 3 pairs of earrings from those contents. Next up, our selection P. This contains 5mm ultra luster opaque green melon beads. There's 50 pieces on the strand. So these are very neutral, but they have just the slightest hint of green. They have also some other neutral tones popping up. They get a little bit darker in those grooves where you see why they're called melon beads due to their shape, and just a hint of a silvery luster coating over the top that makes these just that much more eye-catching. Then in selection Q, we have a strand of 3mm matte milky amethyst rondelles, and there's 100 pieces total on that strand. I love that milky purple. It's a beautiful color, and these are very, very tiny. They're actually a lot smaller than you would think, but look how precise they're cut, so that's pretty neat. You can see the hole that runs through the center, lots of beads on the strand again, and they're in a flat disc shape. A very versatile item you could use in bead weaving or stringing, maybe as a type of spacer bead. And then last but not least, we have a 38 by 11mm Bali Sunset Mirage Mood bead. This is USA polymer / liquid crystal. How unique is that? And look at all the different colors that pop up in this bead. Very unique item. You can see the hole that runs there through the center. And it gets wider there in the center of the beads, very smooth and glossy, kind of lightweight. Get a lot of really interesting watercolor-like or hand-painted details. And that actually kind of brings all the colors together, being that there's so much that pops up in there. So that is everything for this month's Bead Crate. Every month is going to be a little bit different, but these are the types of things that you will definitely find month after month. You can check out my playlist for tons and tons of unboxings that I've done for them over the past 3 or so years, and you can see all the beautiful themes and curated items they've put together. Even though there was a more broad theme being anything goes this month, we still got a lot of the types of things that we come to expect in Bead Crate. Lots of different pressed glass shapes. We have different sizes of fire polish, high quality Japanese seed beads, and a few other beading accessories, as well as a really unique focal. Again, I will leave the link to their site right down below the video if you want to check them out for more specifics about their subscription, the lengths of time, the cost, and all the different options they have. And every month is going to be a totally different type of theme or color palette. Last month was absolutely gorgeous, even though I wasn't able to share it with you all just due to trying to balance out a lot of different things going on. Last month was an aquatic theme. It was chock full of gorgeous check glass beads and other items as well. Next month will be totally different. And if you were to sign up today, you would be signing up for the next month's box. So it wouldn't be for this one in particular that you get, but it would be the box coming up in the following month. So I hope you enjoyed taking a closer look. And I love doing these unboxings with you because number one, it's much more fun to share in the bead box surprises with you all, but also so that you can get a closer look at the different options of boxes and see which ones are right for you. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's Bead Crate or what your experience with Bead Crate has been or anything else you'd like to say. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button while you're here because I'd love to have you back. That way you'll be notified of when I'm posting new content. And you can also find my social media handles right down below the video as well and follow along with me there if you like. I want to give you a huge thank you for being with me today. I will be back again real soon, of course, and until next time, as always, happy beading.